Notch live stream Minecraft development, they probably would think that looks like a boring game, wouldn't they? When Notch streamed the jam that became Minecraft, I don't think he didn't have a mic and he didn't have a camera. I think you can find the videos on YouTube somewhere. Okay, why is it getting called twice? Time's up. All right, let's double check here. Time's up. I have it on like 60 seconds. And then okay. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. Christ, man, getting this main menu thing going, such a pain in the ass. So we have, so the way it's going to work, menus made me quit Godot. It's awful, dude. So we go hit play, and it says represent a country. And you can pick your country from this list here. Or you can say none. We got 2 USA flags for some reason, just to make it extra confusing. And you put in your player name.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
And as you type your name in, you trigger some event that causes the player to accidentally say something. Anyways, you start the game. And you play the game. That's the way it's gonna work. It's just there's like a million things I have to take care of. Like, for instance, the timer shouldn't be going until you start the game. We should lock the day-night cycle. Nah, you know, it'd be kind of cool to... Although we should scrub it. I'm totally out of it, though. 100%. This is a one-shot timer. It's part of why we had that issue. Yeah, we have the timer. The timer runs out. We're not having the player controller like die or anything, even though we could probably set that up. It's just high score. High score, baby. The gem is 30 Days of Summer. Create a game that uses a high score mechanic and has a summer feel to the theme. That's it. We want a high score, so each game we get to play has more of a challenge to it. Usually for mini games like this, you'd find a lot bunched into one game, but we're just looking for you to make one fun, amazing game. Or you can have lots of games and submit them all because they're high score games. That's what it says, my friend. Burb, my child. Oh, cricket. Jacob, how's it doing? I'm a sleepy cricket, man. We watched the last night when I was streaming. We were watching the Cybermania '94, hosted by Leslie Nielsen and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It had a wonderful moment where William Shatner pronounced Super Metroid in a way I've never heard the game pronounced before. Can you guess how he said Super Metroid? Meteoroid? No. Metroid. Super Metroid. Super Metroid. I had Metroids once. Meteoroids. Very close. Super Metroid. Super Metroid. I was joking with my friend. I'm like, I imagine they're like, you know, Mr. Shatner, it's actually Metroid. Can we get another take on that? And he's like, you're not paying me enough to get another take. That's what I imagine how the conversation went. Ah. That's why we're having our debug problem, boys. Mm-hmm. And this is why we're having our debug problem. Boys. We'll just reuse error. We just need you briefly, little friend. Oh, no, dude, I looked it up. He didn't host, but he was involved in it. Yeah, I looked up the same Wikipedia thing, dude. He had to be 16. I looked up his age. He had to be 16 years old when Cybermania happened. He was a part of the production of it, but he didn't host it. He was just part of the production. Leslie Nielsen and Jonathan Taylor Thomas were the hosts. But he had to be a part of the Oh, what? It was 14. I did the math. I was like, I figured 14 years old, and I'm like, there's no way he was 14. And in my head, I'm like, he must have been 16. I must have done the math wrong. So he was 14 because I did the math in my head. I was like, 14. He was 14 fucking years old. How does that even happen? I don't know what his capacity was. My thought is nepotism. Interactive product specialist. Yeah, it was nepotism. I mean, how else do you get a 14-year-old to even have, like, you know? I think he was, hey, we need a kid to play these games, kid. I don't know. The awards show is fascinating, though, guys. The awards show is fascinating, where Colt, if it wasn't you, I would put you on a 5-minute timeout. I think guys, I'm declaring a Pirate Software Stop Killing Games moratorium for the channel. It hasn't happened that much, though, but I think for my Discord too, I'm just gonna be like, look, Thor, we're not doing this. Like, I'm tired. I'm so tired of it. I'm just like, but I think mostly it's Slindy. Slindy's obsessed with it. Slindy's like, have you seen this one? I'm like, I don't know who these people are, or whatever, what we're talking about. He has a bad take. I get it. Thor from Marvel. I assume the Norse god Thor. I'm kidding. I think I might try and be a little more vague with the ban idea of it, where it's like, look, the like du jour, the hate du jour, whatever the hate du jour is, we're just not doing it. The hate of the week, you know. But I'm not saying I agree with the guy. I'm just saying we got better things to do. But it's a good joke. I like the joke. But yeah, it's so awesome. It's like, you know, so-and-so from Party of Five. And they come out to give the award to something and they don't know what the hell anything's called. They're like saying the things wrong. And the terminology, you guys, the terminology is so great. All right, let me go find you guys. I was watching this. I killed my stream last night. I killed any viewers that I had by watching it. Let me go to history here. Where is it? I was totally watching it here. Cybermania 94. Oh, this is it right here. And the commercials, the whole thing had the original commercials. Oh, damn. I can get speed. $5 off, guys. Look at this shit. So they have these little cutaways to different places around, and they're really promotional. It's like they had Luxor, and the Luxor had the I've made a huge mistake. The guy from Arrested Development, the brother, Job, but he's like super young, and they're trying to give tips for video games, and they don't know what the fuck they're saying, and it's so funny. Will Arnett, yeah. The other guy said Ontario. Why did he get a high five? The first kid's like, what about me? I don't know why I'm here. Oh, it's quality software. She nailed it. She did the best. She did the best. There's Leslie Nielsen, R.I.P. A real one. Talking about hackers, y'all. Manuel Goldstein. Anyways, it's from the interactive art and sciences thing. So this is just like. Look at this very 90s shit, guys. I hacked your mom last night. You know, a hacker could mean, you know, I hacked your sister. You know, we dumpster diving. Excellent. But you don't hear about it when they hack your mom or your sister, you know? There's no crime in that. Uh, the BBSs and their ABCs and their RSSs. Yeah, one of them's just like a serial killer. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. Come on now. How embarrassing. Dude, that is a GIF right there. We need that in the... We need to put that as a... Shit, dude. Should that be an emote of ours? Would you even be able to tell what this fucking emote was if we had this? A guy in a power glove with fucking science goggles on. Eating a pizza. You know, I just ate your mom last night. You know, I hacked mom and... This was a thing in the 90s, though, that's for sure. There were kids in high schools getting expelled because they knew how to get to like settings in Windows and shit. And the small town of whatever, Nowheresville, Indiana, was just like, oh shit, he's a hacker. And then they'd like expel the kid and charge him with like cyber crimes and shit. Eating pizza with a power glove is such a powerful move. Yeah, I don't think the actual hackers interview on a TBS, a show that's going to be shown live on TBS. That's not Keely. Oh, dude. So the show opened with Hillary Clinton. No joke. Hillary Clinton. They've mentioned Al Gore, and there was a thank you telegram from Al Gore that they read. It's so good. Very 90s capsule. He would send a telegram. Right. Well, he doesn't know how to email. I mean, it's tough to keep track of all that shit when you helped invent the internet. But yeah, let me let's see. We can go back to the beginning. It had this dope... Let me show you. It had this dope intro. Look at this. This was like the CGI intro. Whoa. Anyways, We fly in. Oh, there's Hillary. Here we go. You see how, look at Leslie Nielsen, what a stand-up act. He knows there's pyrotechnics in that thing. Do you see how he pulls JT away? You know? He's like, hey, get away from that thing, it's gonna blow up. He's like... That's how you get the Macarena at the DNC, right? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, it's still relevant. Hey, oh. That joke's fresh even today. It's almost like... Anyways... look at the hosts. You had this. It's like, oh, video games are. Look at that, fucking Matthew Perry, Hilary Swank of the new Karate Kid. This thing's just rich of 90s-ness. Nominees: Doom, Spark. The corridors are full of evil. Listen how he says Metroid, guys. He says Super Metroid. It's the best thing ever. Kirk. I'm Kirk. Super Metroid, guys. Super Metroid, guys. This is at the brand new Luxor. They were in the brand new Luxor here for a little cutaway. And then we have all these commercials. And it's all about like computers this, computers that. Another little... Oh, you gotta see this. This is the guy who was on that computer show. Yeah, check this out. His voice cracks perfection. I'm just going through and scrubbing you and showing you the guys the best parts. Prodigy, shout out! Thanks to Prodigy. Flash meeting invite. Good luck, second. Don't get fired, man. No. He's like, damn. You can see JT's holding in a laugh. Still class act though. Still class act though. Still class act. Doesn't actually burst into a giggle. Anyways, it's great shit. I've got 12 minutes. All right, we'll keep it going. I'm gonna go ahead back to where we were. Was there anything else that we missed out on that was? Leslie Nielsen had a big shootout. He did a naked Police Squad reference, and they actually do hand out awards. Best portable. My choice didn't win. But it was who did they bring out? Hang on, let me see. They did some more awards somewhere. Here we go. This is what's her name from Saved by the Bell, I think. There we go. Lisa Turtle, everybody. Business update. Might be an acquisition. CD game. The beloved CD game Myst. What happened to my mom? Why is my butt so big? Seventh guest. Oh. Survive your mob. Survive. Damn it. Yeah. Your favorite one? These awards aren't bullshit. Except for the portable.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
Here we go. Here's another one. Portable. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get it going. She's like, I may have overdressed. She's looking around like, oh. Well, I guess it's better to be overdressed than underdressed. I learned it. Thank you, second favorite. Thank you so much. It's really easy to blend between all the animations. Yeah. I was going to set up the states and all that stuff with what you gave me. Time's up. So this didn't work. Let's try again here. If we have the high score. Guys, I'm actually working right now. Let's go back to the beginning here. Oh, dang. Here we go. Mm-hmm. 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 Whoa, what is going on? Can you imagine like a 12-year-old like girl just like discovering she's like, hold on now, what's this software generation you say? Or boy. He's like, what? Official fun time. No, I will not program your website. Where's the video games at? Yeah, I'd be right there with you. So I'm watching this whole thing because there's one moment in time that I remember where there was some animated scene where it was like, choose your weapon. And one of the choices was a calculator, and it was like a CG fight scene thing. And I always found it so funny as a kid. I swear to God, it was in this award show. That's what it came to me last night. I just remembered this thing. And I was like, it had Leslie Nielsen and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It was some sort of Games Award thing. There was a joke about a joystick at the end. That's all I remember. And so we tracked it down. What in the fuck? Very strange turn. Cyber sex. Cyber your mom. Yeah. Can you believe I made that up 15 minutes ago before we went live? He's like looking around all proud. Oh. No one can hear you scream. I feel like I would need to know Aerosmith's like catalog of music to understand that joke, and I just don't. That cost us $20,000, everybody. All right, let's clap, please. That was really expensive. I'm Dolby, y'all bitches. I'm rich. Tom Dolby from the Dolby. Telly. Oh. And your mom, isn't that right, Greg? Magician activist. Wow, 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 wow. Wasn't that like a revolutionary CD-ROM though for some reason? Like there was something about that Peter Gabriel CD-ROM that was like some sort of watermark. The guitar controller, ahead of their time. Guitar. Size flags. Why do we have no size flags here? Where are the damn size flags? Correct. Do I get to talk? New Jersey! Woo! He's... Didn't get fired. Someone did. It was higher up. Oh damn! Did somebody accidentally go to a Coldplay concert when when they were really supposed to be staying home watching the kids? Oh yeah. So this little kid is going up against the mayor of Santa Barbara, and it's like they're both playing Sim City, and who's gonna win? And it's like, well, I mean, the kid is gonna win. He's like apparently the smartest kid in the United States at the time. I don't know how they really determined that. You know how that shit works. It's all just media and nonsense. But they battle them against the other children like Pokemon. Hell yeah! It's like a Running Man. It's a Running Man scenario. What the hell's going on? Ah, they tied it in together. This is really... So she's the party of five girl, right? That's weird. Hey, I got a little island that I know about. You want to... hey! Let's tie it into... That was weird. Anybody else really uncomfortable with that? Inflation's a bitch, isn't it? Damn. Right? $2! Take me back! Take me back! There was a commercial for Little Caesars and the prices are basically the same. Double Dargon. Double Dragon, baby. Dude, these commercials are blasts from the fucking past. We peaked with the 5 for $5 roast beef sandwiches. Size flags. Control. Why is this not showing up? Dude, this is a child of regular control. What the fuck is it talking about? I totally know who these people are. Yay. Deep Space Nine. It's Odo. God, he's like 7 feet tall. I'm walking on air. I never thought I'd feel this way. Dude, this is revolutionary. It was Dune 2, right? That was the RTS. This was like the first RTS, right? My God, it's just like the real thing. Like your mom. They'll come like your mom. Your mom did last night. Yeah, that's right. I went there. Taco Bell. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just really hungry. Dude, I need that guitar lick in my life. Whenever I come and go anywhere. Thanks to Will Wright's mom. I love you, Deborah! I can't hide it anymore! I'm sorry, Will! I love her! The awards are an Apple Newton. Yeah, you open up an Apple Newton. I have you real low and actually can't. Two things. Look at the very good joke I said above, JD. And number two, did they just validate his parking? No, they did not. The joke above JD. Let's see. The other day I thought about Arby's. We used to get $5 5 for 5 roast beef sandwiches. We don't know it at the time, but that was the end. A terminal. Oh, sweet summer child. A terminal. Oh, God. Although, admittedly, a lot of if you work at a bank or some shit, you're basically at a terminal because it's all just light. It's light in front ends with you're connecting to some VM thing in the back. So it really is back to a terminal client in a lot of ways. Send her to that award show. Oh, let me see. She wants wetness protections? JT. That was a good one. It's dry as the Sahara when you go to that awards show. process. I am a human. Process. We say process, right? As human beings, we process, right? Is that right? Process. They can touch it, me, even if they wanted to. I really love working with kids. It's great. It's because they do. I've always wondered this. If that's the case, and it really was, especially at that time, that the students knew way more about computers than the teachers. It feels like the idea of who the teacher is and who the student really should be reversed and empower the kids to teach the adults. Instead, you have these out-of-touch adults who don't understand this shit trying to teach the children something that they already know. It's very strange. But it's like, well, it's this new thing. It's really important. So, anyways, really weird. Wait, is this from the chick from The Shining? Ah! Shelley Duvall. You've all been let go from school. You're fired. Oh, that was sweet. Cannibal, what's up? Congratulations. Your future's in question. I promise I'm working, guys. Click on me repeatedly. Keep clicking. Almost there. Oh, hang on a second, guys. In case you didn't hear that, it was time for my Sunday bone. Indeed. Back. Oh my god. Whoops, sorry. I want Why you gotta say it like that? What's with the pause? It's going, Vex. Second. Hey, I love addiction. It's made me successful. Ah, damn it, Doom. It's a close one, guys. Guys, let's call. Interact with me. Hillary, Miss Swank, I'm ready. I own an island off the coast of Costa Rica. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just cracking myself up with this thing. Yeah. Shit. Dude, it's Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous with the magic and the Knicks. We've got a love connection happening in chat right now. Damn, look at those graphics on that 3DO. .3DO was a weird one because you could get like there was like different manufacturers of the 3DO. So they opened up the manufacturing side, which was an interesting approach. They aren't crazy expensive. Is that because they're super heavy? I have a theory about the OG Xbox and why it's not expensive. It's because it's too fucking heavy to ship. All right, we're trying to get this high score shit worked out, guys. Now this is the part where I would have been like, how? And it doesn't show jack shit. Fuck! Talking about education and shit. We're not gonna see anything. Ah! This is me in the 90s. God damn it! Tell me how! Have ideas. Check. Okay? You know, punk. Small little idea. that Guy Fieri. Boom, straight to Flavortown. Pong. That's what I'm talking about. We're in a little city down on the central coast of California. Thanks, Mom. You know, we just think about your mom and just draw whatever comes to mind when we think about your mom. Go. All right, now act. Act, you son of a bitch. Dude, if this is like everything that you already ever knew, but this is mostly about video production. Okay. A lot of hand waving going on here with how you make video games. 3D animation, check. Interactive, baby. More like your mom, you know? Your mom. You're interacting with your mom, you know? Oh, yes. It will come. What? Deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up. This was their moment in time, guys. That was it. They don't have the award. Damn. Way to create dead air. Wow, that was something, huh? Meets my balls, Spock. I play with my balls, Spock. There we go. And then into your mom. Caesar's world of boxing. Caesar. Excuse me? Can we get another read through on that? That's we did it! I love you, Christina! But clearly we're the best. Dude is sweating up a storm. Boxing. If I had a time machine, I'd go back to the start of the season. Bet some money on the Cubbies. What'd you say? This is before we created the dust-resistant sleeves. What was it? Dust-resistant paper? Here we go. Now it's getting real, guys. This is the real stuff here. Wrestling. Does he have a real childhood? It's the first televised Game Awards called Cybermania 94. Here we go. Man, this is pre-G4, everybody. Pre-G4. I think it got problematic when the guy from the computer show started hitting on the girl from Party of Five. And they're separated by like 20 years of age. I think that's when we started going off the rails. Yeah, why is the guy from Forbidden Planet on here? What's that about? It's crazy. Actor female. Well, she's been in stuff. It's amazing acting in this stuff, guys. This is great. You're female. Best actor female. Is that like, was that a thing at the time that was like the PC way of saying something? That's how this stuff ages. Because it always changes. Best actor female. That's really weird, right? I mean, anybody else feel like that sounds weird? She was on Twin Peaks. She's the mom of Laura Palmer. Aww. Isn't that cute? All right, so we got our this is looking pretty good. 94 was 50 years ago. Best actor who should have been a male but is a female. Vex, get used to it. It's the 90s.
This presentation of Cybermania is brought to you by Fujifilm.
I was dropping out of uni in 94. Excellent. F this noise, said Vex. What the hell's film? Right? That's actually a pretty cool toy. Oh god, that was the part, guys. That was the worst part of the game right there. JD and I have the same childhood trauma. I've completed it. Damn, we're gonna lose. Same with Aladdin. Yeah, they wanted, it was the whole rental market they wanted to compete against, right? So they'd make them just hard enough so that you'd have to buy it. You didn't have that problem in Japan. Renting was illegal. You couldn't rent games in Japan. It was like against the law or some shit. Processed food for your kid. Canned and preserved. Feed your child preserves. Just got dangerous. Okay, I think we're done with the high score thing. On TBS, this is literally helping me get through this UI bullshit, guys. I appreciate you guys suffering through this with me. Represent a country. Here we go.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
Damn! The celebrities are out tonight! In my opinion, nation. He's a great comedian. Aw, that's sweet. Rip Tim Curry as well. R.I.P. both. It's Q.
Please sit down and have fun. Just sit down and have fun.
Still crunchy. That's not Q. I thought it was cute. Yeah, that was a pretty damn good accent, I gotta say, for Tim Curry. No. If Mickey Rooney wins, I'm gonna fucking revolt. I'm sorry. We're gonna say no to Mickey Rooney. He's out. Cancelled! JD. Yes. Man, voyeurs sweep the awards here for actor. Sorry, what is it? Actor male. Actor male. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Demo W. He doesn't know what he's saying. Demo W. What the fuck is that? Is that like a really old thing? Christ, man. Dude, he's eating up. Let's wrap it up. Holy shit. His thank you, whatever the fuck this is longer than everyone else's thing combined. You don't want to be this guy. There we go. You know what he could have said is, I just want to say, you know, Robbie so-and-so really deserves a lot of credit for this and the history of this. He'll be in the records. So in a way, this really goes to him. Thank you very much. Walk away. All right. Mayor of Santa Barbara versus American Genius Child. Who won? Hell yeah, little kid. That mayor was fucked. So he gets to be mayor for a day in Santa Barbara, which means absolutely nothing. Yeah, they didn't get to have their little fun right there because the guy talked too long. That's bullshit. What a this is the future liberals want. look at that guy. Wow. That guy's going places. All right, so now we have a bunch of state things we have to work through. This is almost over, guys, and then I'm actually going to work today. It's a very long stream today, and I was not feeling it this morning, so please forgive me for doing this. Big Max for the fuck? $64. Damn, you can plug in 64 commands. We can figure that out. How much memory would you need? Let's see if there's a total of. Hang on, we can figure out how much memory is on that thing. Well, 64, right? 64. So, I mean, the hint is in the 64 right there. So. Oh, damn. Masters of the Universe. Can I stay up late, Mom, please? It's the weekend. Please. Your mom. Ah, sorry. Doom. That's right. Mortal Wombat. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Mortal Wombat. Mortal Wombat. So it's so interesting. This is the first televised game awards show. Jeff Keighley was involved in this. He was like 14 fucking years old. So explain that to me. But it's really sad in a lot of ways. As much junk as there is in here, there's not nearly as much advertising as there is presently in the Game Awards show. And you actually get to like see these guys maybe think, I don't know. Makes me sad. I'm going to pause it for the commercial break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's finish this thing off. Top it off. And then we're going to get to work. Here's the joystick jokes. Yeah, hey, that's a sex joke next to a little boy. All right, it's great. All right, 1994, ladies and gentlemen. Live 95 was so good. Ah, so good. All right, we're looking for Jeff Keighley. Is he credited? Head writer, Doug Kelly, Holt, Bret Hart, Robin Scott, announcer, Will Arnett. So that wasn't Hillary Clinton. That wasn't Hillary Clinton. It looked like her. But again, we were looking at mud. Absolute mud. It was really hard to tell anyways. Interactive Productions Product Specialist, Jeff Keighley. There he is. So he was 14, you said, Jacob? Because I did the math and I was like, he's 14 at this time. I'm like, that's not, there's no way. So what the fuck does this mean? I feel like we need answers. Yeah, you're probably right. He was probably the liaison for like, hey kid, you know about all these games. And he's like, yeah. And they're like, maybe Wikipedia is wrong. It could be. But anyways, that was the first televised Game Awards show, according to Wikipedia. How much time is wasted? Indeed, how much? Okay, so here's our problem with the game. We need to get this so that we can play it again and again and again. So we have to get the state stuff all kind of worked out right. We're spawning the boats at the start here. Every time we restart and show this scene, we could respawn everything. We can do that. The real problem is that the stage... We're not using, we are not using, okay, so for like the collectibles, we're using the collectible path to spawn the collectibles, right? For the gates, we're connecting There's like a little bit of reset we have to do the gates where we put the time back on them and all that kind of stuff. I think the easiest way to do this is to actually take everything except so collectibles, gates, and vessels, and then whenever we have boosts, the boosts can actually stay. We don't have to do anything for the boosts, but we take these. Love the name she gave them: squiggly whisker, tip of the tail, stuck in bottom paw, shipwreck. These are great little names that my wife put in here. Everyone, round of applause for Cricket's wife. Really making this stage even happen. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw all of this stuff. Thank you. We're going to throw these into arrays. And we're just going to hold on to them. So we're going to get every single child here. Remove them from the scene. And then at our own desire, put them back in. Okay? We're just going to throw them in an array. And we're going to use... We're going to use them as they were without... Put them into the coal mine. So before we add the stage... So now we need to instantiate the stage ourselves. We want to do this before the stage is added because... Now what breaks when... Okay, I think I've got how we're going to do this. Let me get rid of this. And what breaks here? Stage is what breaks, which makes sense. Okay, so then we don't need. Okay, we're gonna get this. This is gonna be a lot of refactoring here, guys. So to describe what we're doing, what do we call this? We are resetting, getting reset game to reset. It really does feel like this is kind of the last hurdle to the rest of this being me just working on the actual design of the stage and getting the rest of that stuff to feel right. I think we're so fudging close, guys. We're so fudging close. This is interesting, and this is really making me reconsider some of the approaches that I've done in the past, specifically around the idea of resources, and using those and just avoiding them altogether again, because you end up having to like repackage the same thing and doing all this work. And all of this is just how I wouldn't do this anyways. This is all just a disaster. We're gonna rename the stage variable so we can see where it's used throughout the code, and that'll let us catch anything that we need to kind of pay attention to and keep an eye out on. And then what we'll do is we're going to instantiate this is an instance. This is a packed scene, which has then got a node. It is stage. Class name is stage. Stage. Okay, so we're going to break everything right now and just follow this through to the end. So this could be the entire day's work. We'll see. Let's get rid of this. And time to start writing some code. So we've instantiated the scene. We have the stage scene instantiated. This gives us this. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through every single, not through land, we don't care about that. So collectibles, gates, and stage boundary. And we're going to dump all of this into just a giant array of collectibles, a giant array of gates, and a giant array of stage boundaries. And then when the stage resets, now I suppose the way we could do this is just reinstantiate the scene. Or we just have this is fine. I mean, this is kind of dumb, but it's a jam game. We don't have time, right? Really isn't that much information when you think about it. Yeah, we do need some easy way to reset. Weird. Okay, so if we know, okay, we have everything here. Okay, so for each gate, and we're going to do this 2 more times. Collectibles, collectible path. Damn it, I keep closing it. So collectibles, and then we have vessels. Vessel. Okay. So we go through each of them. We're gonna throw them into an array, and we're gonna queue free them from the scene before we add the scene to ourselves. So this all will finish here, and then we're gonna say stage. So then we say add child stage, and we throw the scene on, and there will be no vessels, no collectibles, and no gates. So just for fun, we'll queue free them and make sure that this is true. So to prove that this is working, there won't be anything on the stage that we can go through, and there won't be any vessels, and there won't be any collectibles. If I got this right. There might be something in this whole process here that I fucked up. Now, all this is going to be broken. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and comment this stuff out. Collectible path, stage collectibles. So this is stage underscore. This, we should still be able to do this. Although it might bitch about add child, collectible, gates. So this is all, this iteration is going to be elsewhere and is going to be related to the arrays that we build, that we're doing the queue free on. And then we'll have some sort of like stage reset function. Get children on a null value, instantiate. Now, is it, we can't get it because it's not. What's null about this? Stage. There's an object right here. Members. Gates node. Collectibles node. And then vessels. For some reason, we just named vessels. Again. And now we're bitching about physics processes. It's possible that we're running the wrong. Let's reload the project. And there are no vessels to follow on previously freed in vessels. Search here. We have an array that we build out here. Look at that. They're all still there, even though we queue free them. Just to confirm, we're going to go back up here. Make sure we're actually doing this. So we might want to await until the free actually happens. Is there a signal that we get from Node that says something about something being freed? Child exiting tree is about to exit the scene. The signal is received. The child node is still accessible inside the tree. The signal is emitted after the child's own tree exiting and tree and notification exit tree. The signal is emitted after the node's exit tree and before the related notification exit tree. Notification received when the node... Notification from what, though? What notifies? Object underscore notification. There's an actual function of a virtual function. So this is get notified when the node has already left the active tree. Connect to tree exited. So tree exited is what we cared about. So we await tree exited. This is a stupid way to do this. God. But it's fine. So vessel. So await vessel tree exited. So this is a really dumb way to do this. This is going to add to like load times tremendously. If we await for each of these to finish queuing, this is so fucking stupid. There's better ways of doing this, but again, we're just jamming this out. This is so fucking stupid. Don't do this! This is stupid. Alright. Let's confirm that we get to here at least. We'll get to we'll look at stage vessels. We'll look at the scene tree once this is finished. There's nothing. That's funny. We have stage. Game and stage hasn't been added. And we never hit this breakpoint. Out of bounds index on base. Function grunt. Yeah, if we're waiting on ready, then the process steps are still happening. This is stupid. We're going to move this down. Oh, you know what? We can't queue free something if it's not in the tree to begin with. We haven't added the child. So we don't need the queue free. We're looking at an instantiated scene that hasn't been... So we just need to remove child. So stage, gates node, remove child, gate. Now is this an index? No, it's the node. Instead of queue free, we remove the child. Okay. And this is an as shit. And then we add stage, or we add the stage as the child. Let's just make sure that, okay, so we're adding stage here. Boop. And then what does that look like? Stage, we have no collectibles, no gates, and no vessels. Yes. Huzzah. And actually, we need to go back. I cut something and didn't paste it. The audio stuff here. Oh. This stuff. Copy. Redo. There goes audio. We're going to throw this down here. And make sure we don't hit any of those vessels. Add child. So stuff might still break here. But we should have an empty scene without that stuff in it. Except there's a bouncing boat there. Where'd you come from, you son of a bitch? I don't see the other boats. I do see other boats. Where'd you come from? Where did you come from? We have a break here. That's weird. Looks like there's a remote scene here. We don't have vessels. Is anyone else a little confused? Cricket.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
Calm down. No boats, no gates, no collectibles.
Woohoo!
Why was there boats over there? Oh, you know what? My wife put those in. Those are actually not part of the vessels groups. I bet. Those are like, she wanted some sunken ships. We're gonna go over there and check it out.
Woo! Yeehaw!
Yeah, see, they're there.
Woohoo! Woo!
Okay, so this is gonna work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna store these design elements for the stage, the things that we have to renew. We're gonna throw these into an array as they are, and then anytime we have to do a reset, we basically nuke the nodes, the stage nodes, children from that parent. So we get rid of the gates, collectibles, vessels. We nuke them, and then we reset them. So it's like the beginning of a play or the Truman Show when they're waiting for him to show up at the downtown. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go drop a deuce, and we'll continue on. Let me put on some music for you, bros. It's loud music. Let me turn it down. Sorry for the jump scare. I'm also gonna get some food for the dog. Okay. Back again. Here we go. So easy enough, actually, because if we just take these children and we say it's a gate array. So like we say var gates is an array of gate. And we go like this. Look at that. Oh, is it not going to let us because it's just an array of node? Can we say as array of gate? Okay. So there's our gates. Now, does this work? Let's see. I don't think it will. Trying to assign, so it doesn't even though we're doing the cast, it doesn't like that. So this won't work. That sucks. So instead, let's look for gates. Okay, so we don't have him. Stats stage var gates array of gates gate, and then we're going to get rid of this, and then before we remove, we append gate. Okay. Underscore gates append, and then after this we want to see what gates looks like. Since we've removed the child, does it do anything to, do we have to duplicate? We may. Array size is 9, the objects still exist. So essentially we've created a bunch of orphans. And if we go to the monitor, well, it's not running right now, but that's what would be going on. So we're going to have gates, we're going to have collectibles. Okay. All right. Gates, vessels, collectibles. Okay, working good. So we have them now in arrays. We've added the stage. Okay. Mhm. And this is vessels. And collectibles. So this is the actual stage setup right here, these three. This is the reset that I'm talking about. So we're going to have some sort of function called like stage reset. This might only take a few minutes, this whole thing, this whole idea. I thought this was going to be a much bigger deal, but it doesn't appear to be. So what we want to do is for each stage, so for stage, basically what we did up here, these three, but we're actually going to do queue freeze on them this time around. So we get the children in each, and we want to disconnect too if we have any connections. So like collectibles don't work that way, so we can just remove them. So for every child in the collectibles node on the stage, we queue free. We queue free all the vessels. Yeah, it's just a time thing. Those ideas were... I just don't have the time. But I'm hoping to make it challenging enough where the fact that it's the same is helpful to try and get a higher score. Like you start to memorize and you're like, okay, if I go this way first and I hit up these things or something like that, then I can get a higher score. Yeah. Well, the game, if I was to continue this, the game that I would want to make would be totally different from this. It would still use the same elements, but we would be headed in a very different direction. But a lot of the stuff that I'm working on right now wouldn't be wasted, despite that. Now, is it important to disconnect connections? How does that work for certain things? If we're queue freeing it, I don't see a harm in removing the connection. So we're queue freeing this. Tea drinker, how's it going? Going good. We don't want to worry about stage boundaries. These will stay up there. So let's get back up on the... Okay, this stays the same. Okay, almost done. Wow, this is turning out to not be so difficult. So we flush everything out if there was anything. Then we go through these arrays where we've stashed all these elements in it. And the only other difference here is we want to add these back to stage in their given area. So collectibles node add child, right? And we say the path. And this is interesting. Because I don't think we need to even add the collectible paths, because if we add collectibles, this is interesting. Because we have collectible path. This assertion doesn't need to happen anymore. We can keep it. We add a path follow to it. We follow the path. We instantiate the collectibles. Now this is interesting because collectible, where are we adding this? We're just adding this nowhere. So we should add this to collectibles node. Oh, we add it inside of collectible. Not stats. Collectibles add. Let me set the position after. These scenes should work. This looks clear. And then for each gate in gates, we're just going to add child. So stage, gates, node, add gate. Okay, and same with vessel. So if we are a vessel, we don't have to do all these checks, but we'll just keep it. Okay. And then how about when we start the game, we do a stage reset. See if this works. We don't do it here, we do it after we've added. Okay.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
Look at that. Everything spawns in. Now, this function here, we could call this function clear the board. So if we die and we go back to the main menu, we can clear everything off, and that would be this initial step here. Wow, this is pretty clean given how quickly I had to slap this thing together. We have a lot of errors though, so let's figure that out. Enum. All of a sudden we have errors where we didn't before. That's funny. Error was used before assigning a value. Okay.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Integer is used when an enum is expected.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
Eternal Lord, what's up?
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
I love that it's just like... Connect a bool.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Eternal Lord, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. From bool to error. Why are we thinking there's a bool? Taking a break from learning Godot, no problem. Is it bad if I'm putting off learning Godot? I don't know. I don't know any of your goals. I can't tell you. Why is this one okay and this one isn't? Oh, we have assignment. This is a comparison. The rogue double equals enters the playing field, so that must be what I'm doing up here. I want to make magic tower defense type game. I mean, if you're just new to it all, just kind of, yeah, go and explore. Go, play, have fun. Like, just, you know, I mean, it's all learning, and it all helps you ultimately. Even if you don't end up using Blender will help you describe what you need from somebody who does use Blender, right? Or talking to artists and stuff like that. And at least understanding some of their perspective or whatever. So...
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
Dear God, 68. Here we go. Okay. Consider unsetting the owner beforehand. So this is some ownership issue. Yeah, I'm doing some weird things here, so it's not a surprise that we would see some weird stuff. I've been in Substance Painter for 2 hours. Make owner stage inconsistent. Consider unsetting the owner beforehand. What the hell does that mean? So set owner. So before we add, so we can update the owner after so we're removing all of these. We add stage. But we're instantiating, right? Here, what's up? Have a good lurk. Back from the touch grasslands. How's it going? It's coming. Working on resetting the scene so we have some consistency. Everyone will have
I'm a
the same
dang rotisserie chicken.
experience when the game starts. Owner must be an ancestor in the tree. An ancestor in the tree. Invalid owner. The fuck? The owner must be an ancestor of this node. In the editor, nodes are not owned by the scene root, are usually displayed in the scene doc and will not be saved. After calling. Add child. You try that. But that won't prevent the error we're seeing. Right? So what good does this do if it's going to still give us an error?
Might be enough spinning for one day.
Unsetting. Consider unsetting the owner. Unsetting the owner. Unsetting the owner. Unsetting the owner. Can we just say owner is null?
a dang rotisserie chicken.
What did it? Okay. I think it's because it has a prior owner and we're adding it to a different parent. And there's a process where it's like, oh, okay, then the parent is the owner. But in this case, it's like it already has one. So it's like, what the fuck? I don't understand. I think that's what's going on.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
There we go. It went back down to 6 errors. This is much better. Okay. And a bunch of these, the convex hull errors are just a known bug right now in 4.4 that we can't, there's nothing we can do about it. It's actually an invalid error. It's not correct. It's wrong, but it's just there. It doesn't show up in exports. There's another thing to know about it. Okay, so I think we're set, man. I think we got it. So we're almost here for a complete total game loop of you complete the stage and then we reset again. Now we do have an issue with the timer, so let's see if we can get that to work. So here's our real time, well, realish time score stuff. Taco has the high score right now. That's me. We need to set up so that when we export, when we have the non-debug export that goes out to the itch page, that it's using a different leaderboard from the test leaderboard. So I have to get that going. The leaderboard still needs to include the country, the flag. So we have to get that going too. We're also not playing music again. What's that about? We're muted. Because I don't like happiness. Apparently. Here we go. So.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
There's that error too. I don't know why that's happening. I think that's a state problem.
Woohoo!
And we ran out of time, but nothing happened. Let's reload. There's my score. So the case sensitivity doesn't care about it. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there. To the GOAT, the greatest of all time, to Dr. Mario. It's my favorite spouse, Cricket. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna use the restroom. Got a tinkle now. I had a deuce. Now I got a Uno. So I was never having any problems with web exports. The problem was actually with doing an export of a release and not a build. And my problem was I was putting things in I was putting logic and assertions that shouldn't have been there. So we've removed all that, so that should fix the export problems that we were having. So I'm gonna hide my face whilst I eat some food here, and we'll continue to work on this. But the reset, all this is working out really well. I'm very happy with this. Yeah, this is going good. But we're gonna go ahead and try, and we're trying to get the high score board to show up. So let's see if we get this going proper. Oops. Ah, Sieber. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We don't want to do that. Show high scores. So this needs to be update high scores. I'm just gonna let the time run out.
Woohoo! Yeehaw!
Here we go. The music is free. It comes from gentleman. Let me see if I can track him down really quick. Here we go. Somewhat Good. Here's the Bandcamp. Most of their music is absolutely free to use for your game. And they have like themed music and stuff. It's really good shit. Creative Commons. I don't even think you'd need a credit technically. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's CC3 or not. But I'm gonna credit anyways. Thank you, Father. Oh. The grapple game? Nice. Yeah, the music's amazing, isn't it? All right, I'm going to put on something to watch while I eat. Okay. You guys want to watch interviews with skateboarders? AT&T. That's why I don't have any sponsors on my Twitch. I worry that this talk is essentially just keep finding things that aren't good and make them better. Which is sound advice, but I don't know that I need to listen to 30 minutes of that. But we'll keep it going. We're going to lose. Right. This feels a little silly, I'm going to be honest. I feel like this talk needs a definition of like because this is just like iteration. And just identifying the next thing that needs work. So I think some of the advice that would have helped with this is like, look, so you have your game. What I'm not talking about is adding more features. I'm talking about for the complete set of the whole game, you're going to take a look at it all and go, okay, what can we iterate on to make it better or something like that. But this is a little too vague to, I don't know. Look at that room. What? For design, for level design? What? Okay, but that also sounds like, I mean, it does look like it's backwards. So I feel like this is not only do you fix this with tooling, but the design of it's poor. Not poor, but like it needs to work. Like it's weird. It's like they fixed the problem for themselves, but didn't associate the mistake that was happening with like that the player would also experience what they are. Not that it matters for them. They see a chest, they walk up to it or whatever. But from, I guess from a design perspective, you can only open it from one side. Also, you could just fix it by letting you open it from any side, right? So there's like, anyways. Oh, this is interesting. It's because you're using MGUI. Uh-huh. I mean, it's just this. It sounds like there's just making a game. Like I get the idea. It's like, hey, look, this isn't so much. This is more about like, what can I do today, kind of thing. Like, what can I do today to make this a little bit better than it was yesterday? All right, I'm going to continue this in the corner while I work. Okay, no more errors. Time to commit, boys. I wish I could control how I react to a given situation. What the hell is this guy talking about? What secret does he know that I don't? I try. I try to control my reaction. But okay, so now we're gonna try and get the flag into the final thing here. Team equals team. The fuck is this? It's a string and a variant. Country. Country. I'm a little bit country.
Might be enough spinning for one day. I'm a dang rotisserie chick.
That's what happens.
I'm a dang rotisserie chicken.
What the hell's going on right now? We're gonna crash, boys. I don't know what that was about.
Woohoo! Oh! Yeehaw! Woohoo! Yeehaw! Woo!
So it's not refreshing my latest score.